So the start So the start of the video takes place in who we're going to name Red Bandit, French Bandit, Red Bandit. Takes place in Red Bandit's room, where you get to kind of see how he's concocted this costume up and possibly figure out maybe his backstory. You see a lot of comic books kind of laying around, and you kind of see it's disheveled. So it has that kind of like Peter Parker feel. I'm a nerd, nobody understands me. And then you meet Red. Why am I having so much trouble? Red Bandit in the diner, and he's sitting by himself, and like nobody gets him. He's just that weird kid in the corner wearing the weird makeup, and everyone's kind of like not even low key, very high key, making fun of him. And then out of nowhere, Purple Haze, who is played by Kiersey Clemens, she was also in Dope, which was super good, by the way. Oh, and Red Bandit's played by Josh Hutcherson. But she kind of pops out of nowhere, and I give her the name Purple Haze because her makeup's purple, and just boosh, just literally out of this mist she comes, and she's just like this kind of lonesome looking soul too, who just sees him and connects with him. There's nobody else she's looking at, just him. And he even kind of is like, she's looking at me, like, what? So she kind of nudges, and she's like, yeah, like, I want to talk to you and I get to know you. And so they get ready to go off on their excursion through the night and kind of test out their superpowers and see how well they work. And they kind of make, like, you know, the most adorable team, by the way. Shout out to my interracial couples. But so she kind of runs off with him. They run off together. And after the first chorus, you see them kind of stumbling into this like warehouse apartment looking building, where they stumble into the threshold, and he's like awkwardly trying to pull her up, like trying to pick her up, you know, that sexy thing when guys like push a girl up against a wall. And like low-key, shout out to Josh Hutcherson for pretending he wasn't strong. Boy, we all know you're strong. We've seen a lot of, you know, the Hunger Games and whatnot. We know. But so he's trying to pick her up, and he kind of can't do it, and so she kind of switches it around a little bit, and she pushes him up against the wall, and it's like, oh damn, what's about to happen? You're in a dirty bathtub now? Okay, wasn't sure where this is going, but you know, still open to the idea. And so as they're sitting in the bathtub, they're just sitting and talking, and then at one point she's leaning on him, and it's like they're sharing this very tender moment that I'm gushing to explain all of this stuff. But they're having a very tender moment where she is kind of stripped down out of the superhero clothes. He's kind of stripped down out of the superhero clothes. You see that their paint is actually kind of flecking off of their skin. And it's something that I've only noticed the 10th time, because I did watch this about 10 times in a row right now. But it's something I've only noticed about the 10th time, the detail of kind of their superhero-ness kind of wearing off and coming off. And then they kind of like shift to the bedroom where they're having another like close, intimate moment, and you're like, are they about to do it? Are they about to kiss? Are they about to smash the faces? And they don't actually do anything, which is, well, you know, you're supposed to infer something, but even then there's not much to be inferred. Like, did they kiss? Did they just hold hands all night? But she's sitting there smiling at him, looking at him, and just very lovingly with the sweetest of gazes, and he's returning it too. And it just kind of makes you feel all warm and fuzzy, and oh my god! Did she really just leave? She just left him. Why did she leave him? I remember actually I teared up because, you know, I'm basic as hell. And so she runs out, and he has to go and find her, and he starts looking around everywhere, and as he's looking, you know, he sees the happy couple, and he, you know, sees DJ Snake, like, bumps into him, which DJ Snake's like, fuck you, man. And he's starting to get so frustrated, and he's starting to get so angry, and everything he's trying to do isn't making sense. And then he sees like a sign, literally a walking sign, and he's like, oh, the sign says I should go up, I should try this, I should try flying, and I can find her, and then, you know, we can find that place again. And boom, just immediately crashes into the well, he hovers for a second, then crashes right into the taxi where she's sitting in. And by the way, like, low-key, she's so cute though. But he crashes in, and he sees her in the cab, and he's hurt. Like, he's like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? And she kind of looks at him like, okay, yeah, I know you, and I know you know me, but like, I don't know what to do right now. And he just kind of gets up and runs away, even though, you know, he should have stayed because he, you know, he did damage a car. But technically, you know, hit and runs, it's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. But he runs back to his apartment where she starts cleaning up his wounds and starts to kind of help him and takes off the masks. And, you know, that's the end of the video. And, oh my God, I love talking about this music video because it was just, the imagery is so good, especially when you look back on it. So what I think, because, you know, there's a lot of confusion behind it, but what I think happened pretty much is the imagery wherein he has his superpowers is how he feels when he's with her. As a person that loves going to EDM events, as a person that loves going to EDC, Electric Daisy Carnival, and events like Lights All Night, LAN, there's a stark difference between wearing the outfits you wear for Electric Daisy Carnival and EDM events and your everyday wear. Even a huge stark difference between what I wear to concerts and EDM events. And it's liberating and it's amazing and it makes you feel so good. And to see someone else wearing something, like, it's an indescribable feeling, and it makes you feel like you're united with people that you won't ever get a chance to really know again in real life. And I think that's where the superhero idea comes from too. You know, you feel like you can accomplish anything and everything at these events. Like, I feel amazing. I love the energy I get. I never feel self-conscious. For the most part, my anxiety's in check, which is huge. And you just feel invincible. And I think that's where you get the idea of feeling like a superhero, you know. When he's with her, he's hovering and he's floating, he's flying. And there's the scene where they're running past those people that are leaning against the cars, and they're like, what are those people doing? Like, in his head, they're flying past the people, even though they're just running down the street. And then when they get to the, like, apartment, kind of, and he's trying to pick her up, that's like another reality check that he's not in fact the strongest guy, and he's not in fact the tallest guy, and, you know, there's stuff about him that doesn't make him the quote-unquote best or the primary person you would assume in your head. But she takes charge and she's like, no, like, I still like you, I'm still digging you, I still want you. And when they're sitting in the bathtub, I think that's when they're having the pivotal talk about being a superhero and being a normal person at the same time. So being able to kind of go between both of these worlds, like finding a good meet in the middle, but being able to really enjoy that. And it looks like she's getting close when their paint is flecking off and they're taking off the shirts and stuff and they're laying there together, and it's starting to feel more like they're people rather than just their superheroes. Because Clark Kent isn't Clark Kent without Superman, and Superman isn't Superman without Clark Kent. And I think that's like a really important moment. Also, just to like mention too, there is no more vulnerable setting, I think, than being in a bathroom with the person that you're in love with. Because think about it, it's the morning time and you're just getting up, your face is, ugh, God, take a Snapchat screenshot of that, but your face is just not put together. Your breath is kicking like it just got a medal in karate, and you're just, you aren't put together. You're still very disheveled. You're basically like the closest thing you are to being a baby all over again. You're just like, this is life. I'm a part of life. I'm gonna do stuff to like continue my life. And I thought it was just really interesting to have them in the bathtub. Just, I'm reading into it a lot. So the next morning he wakes up and she's gone though, and he's freaking out about it, and he's running around and he's trying to find her. The most important imagery, I think, when he's looking for her is the imagery using the early daylight. There is something so draining and so disappointing about morning time. Like, it's beautiful, it really is, but you have to address the fact that the dream is over, the idea is over, the concert is over, this is all over, now it's time to go back to your normal real life. And that's stressful, especially when you kind of want to stay in your superhero state. I won't forget looking over the whole Motor Speedway when day 3 ended at EDC, and like looking at Dylan Francis's set and everybody's set, and like having this overwhelming feeling of happiness and joy and excitement, but also knowing as soon as I turn my back, it's going to be 365 more days at that time till I go back to another event this massive, this huge, and this amazing. And it was terrifying, and it was so saddening, and like I almost want to cry, and like it sounds so stupid, I know, but it's such an amazing feeling to be around people that see the world kind of like you do, and they see it in all the colors, and they want to be expressive, and they just want to go out and love people and be a part of things. And it sucks when you're separated away. Like, you know, we typically say, like, say hi to us if you see us at an event. I'm gonna hug anybody and everybody. But just like, I love that energy, and I love that feeling, and I feel like that's kind of what they were trying to grasp in all of that, you know, loving the energy, loving the feeling, loving love. And that's why they used them. And the heartbreak that is the morning when you have to wake up and, as she was in normal clothes and face normal reality. I think, though, towards the end when she comes back, sorry that I got emotional, but I think towards the end when she comes back to him and he doesn't put up a fight, he just lets her help him, I think that's a pivotal moment also where he realizes, you know, there's a time and a place to be a superhero. There's a time and a place that I can be this person. It doesn't mean that it's all the time, but I have a chance to be. And she wants to show him that. And I think that her character is more than just the sidekick. Like, she's the teacher. She's the sensei. She's expressing to him, like, you can have this life you want, and you can be this person that's important and saves the day, but you kind of have to pick when you're doing it. And it sounds like not fair. It sounds like he's negotiating with terrorists, but that's life. Like, it's a metaphor for life, you know. And she chooses to stick by his side, come back in the full superhero attire to be a superhero to him in a way. And I just think it's a very, very beautiful concept. I think it's a very, very beautiful couple. I think that, you know, they did a really great job shooting this video. Also, shout out to motherfucking Beluga, okay? Like, we get it. You're selling alcohol. But it was just a really, really good video to watch, and I think it was really, really great. I'm very, very excited to see what all, you know, DJ Snake keeps putting out, because he's definitely really, really good, and I'm glad that he made such a good video and made such a good song. But yeah, like I said, my name is Jordan, and bloop, right over there, that's the RAGE BABES NOIR account. I tweet on that a lot, like at 3 in the morning, so, you know, you can check that out. Also, bloopity, this is the stuff, the social medias that you guys can go check out, and you can follow us. We're going to be at DJ Snake. Oh my god, that's the next one. Yay! But we're going to be going to DJ Snake's concert in Dallas on April 15th, which is about a month away. Please shout out to us if you see us. Like, come up, hug me, be like, yes, I'm a superhero too. We're all superheroes. By the way, my rave name is Flight Risk. So, rave name, superhero name, call me lame, ain't a damn shame. I should be a rapper. Okay, but you guys, on the real though, this video is like really long. So I will see you guys later. Have a good one, and bye!